history is being made because now we have the world's first beauty pageant for AI women. You heard me right. AI women are about to compete in their very own beauty pageant called Miss AI. Could you pick a better name for it?
Wait, was that actually the name?
That is actually the name of the pageant, and I pulled up the page. It's in partnership with FanView, and I guess this is a subscription-based social site that hosts the Miss AI pageant.
Okay.
So I guess they're all going to be competing in this AI pageant.
For $20,000.
Contestants will be judged on their beauty, tech, and clout for the chance at the Miss AI crown. And they have a panel of human judges that includes pageant historian Sally Ann Fawcett, as well as 2 AI influencers, Aitana Lopez and Emily Pellegrini, who we talked about previously on the show. And then they also have Andrew Block or something. He says it's a media founder, entrepreneur, PR advisor. So they have 2 human judges and 2 AI judges. I don't know whose vote is worth more.
I imagine the AI judge should technically be worth more.
But yeah, this says if you get first place, the AI creator will receive a $5,000 cash prize and access to a mentorship program and PR support. And you get runner-up prizes as well. This is just kind of dystopian. I don't know what else to say.
This is a fetish, right?
What's weird about it is like we've been seeing over the last couple of years especially how even the concept of regular beauty pageants are under fire because of things like diversity requirements and not so attractive women and removing age restrictions. What does it even mean to be beautiful in society anymore?
Can a trans AI enter?
Yes.
Yeah, can an AI trans woman enter Miss AI?
Right. Realistically, though, they wouldn't win.
If you're actually using algorithms to judge beauty instead of subjective standards and diversity quotas, then beauty actually is going to win out in the end.
Yeah.
Weird. I mean, it's just sad when AI women have better pageants than real women. Real women have to compete against men, and they have to compete in these forced inclusivity pageants. And then AI women get the privilege of getting to compete against other AI women.
These women are allowed to look like this. Real women are not allowed to look like this at pageants.
No. Yeah, they have to be.
Sexist.
I mean, especially if it's like any European pageant, you have to have immigrants because the contestant that wins cannot be white, right? So like we talked about Miss Germany or whatever. She was an immigrant who's also in her 50s. Like, just so bizarre. But it's because
there's no place to virtue signal at an AI beauty pageant, so they can't.
You're crowning the person who falls on the lowest part of the totem pole.
Ooh, I like this one in the chat. It says the digital gaze is about to become a thing.
The digital male gaze.
Yes.
The AI gaze.
Yep.
This is just insane.
Super weird. They all have like overly like emphasized chests. Like,
well, not all of them, but I do notice
all of them.
That's pretty common. Yeah.
Except the fitness one, at least in this article.
There's one with pink hair who looks somewhat realistic.
Yeah. I really like her shorts, actually.
I mean, the rest of them would be realistic with plastic surgery.
But we talked about Emily Pellegrini before on the show, and that's because she's making tens of thousands of dollars, and they claimed that actual billionaires and celebrities are DMing her thinking that she's a real woman, trying to get a date with her. Like, literally. And, I mean, I guess that men actually don't think twice. They just see titties and they just don't think.
There's a Kyle Dixon for $28 very polite Canadian dollars says, thanks for calling out little sir. She is
he
is
2 kilograms now.
Oh.
Congrats.
And this is going to keep going because there was also this article that says expert predicts $1 billion market for AI girlfriends as men spent $10,000 a month on fake relationships.
I really hope that's not like per individual.
This is one. This was one dude. So it says the Miami man mentioned his. Okay, so I'm gonna read you this. So this was interesting. It says
a tech executive shared his encounter with a 24-year-old man in Miami who admitted to spending $10,000 per month on AI girlfriends, predicting that this growing trend could lead to a billion-dollar industry. Yep. And he said, I thought he was kidding, but he's a 24-year-old single guy who loves it. And I asked him what he loved about it. He said, some people play video games. I play with AI girlfriends. I love that I could use voice notes now with my AI girlfriends. I get to customize my AI girlfriend, likes, dislikes. It's comfort at the end of the day. And he said it's kind of like dating apps. You're not on only one. So he's on this platform that looks like a dating app where you swipe left or right on a bunch of AI generated women, but in reality, it's just algorithmically showing you more and more to your preference what you want to see.
So the real question will be that if this man is ever to enter the, I mean, I guess it doesn't really say, does he cheat on them with a real world girlfriend? I don't know. But say that he's not, and he's only really experiencing relationships with, AI girlfriends, that when he goes and again joins the real world dating market, will the fact that it's a real person with actual physical touch and closeness be enough to offset the fact that you don't get to customize preferences entirely, and that you're going to have to make some exceptions, and you're not going to be able to find someone that's absolutely perfect because that doesn't exist.
AI is going to hurt real relationships between human beings. I 100% believe that. If it's not already, I think it is already doing that, but as this gains prevalence, it's going to hurt relationships, because I think there's an all-out war on the relationships between men and women right now from a bunch of different fronts.
And this doesn't even sound like, to him, the way he's describing it doesn't sound like he's phrasing it in a sexual fashion, right? So I'm sure,
maybe not,
so the idea is then what it does is then all he does from there is then he either gets prostitutes or
he turns to a new service called orifice.ai, where you can customize an AI girlfriend and an orifice to go with it.
Here's the video.
In case you
Don't
were
worry,
curious.
this is a PG video.
This is all,
with a name like that.
Very technical, mechanical.
No. 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 No.
No. Well, that's just propaganda for blue-haired.
Now it says now you get to swipe left.
That was just blue hair dye propaganda right there, is what that was.
It's disturbing.
It is disturbing. And the end game of all of this is the commodification of all relationships, all connection and intimacy between human beings. Everything is fair game for getting commodified now. And this started long before AI was anywhere near the technology it is today. It started long ago. When we started commodifying human beings, that happened decades and decades ago. But now it's like, this is just the status quo. Don't question it. And it's seen as the same thing as, a dating app, as that guy said.
And that is women's actual experience in real dating apps, is being able to essentially swipe
Sure.
whatever way they
but
want.
But like a dating app like Tinder, it commodifies people.
Yes.
Because you're literally discarding people every 5 seconds. You're discarding someone.
Based on a single photo.
Based on a single photo, a single impression. And that's what started this. That's what's it's a part of what started this level of just dehumanization. It's like the dehumanization of sexuality. And I think it's incredibly destructive, and there's going to have to be a significant portion of the population that just says no. to this.
I
The
do
majority
think-
is going to say yes.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
I think they will.
The
At this
majority,
point.
yeah.
I guess maybe in future generations that are like now that have been tech literate from the day they were born and are experiencing less human connection than previous generations were.
Right. If
ahead
you
of
were
time.
raised by an iPad, what's so different about being in a relationship with an AI?
And I mean, you and I can remember when dating apps first came out, it was weird. And now, like, it's incredibly common for people to date on or to meet on dating apps and get married. And
We
No
were
one bats
talking
an eye.
recently that dating apps have hit their market cap and they're not growing. Gen Z is in a lot of ways, you've said yourself, was looking away from dating apps and not really interested. I don't know.
but they aren't looking to real life connections and communication, right?
It's not like they opted for real life dating over dating apps. They just opted out of dating. That's worse.
And this is almost like the answer to that.
yes, because there's no vulnerability involved when you're not dealing with another human being. It's the ultimate cop out.
Or growth.
When I see these things, and I understand the fear of these, but I also wonder that like how much have we changed as humans that people are still going, especially if you were raised in a household that didn't let you sit on an iPad all day, that there's still going to be some element of how do I explain to my parents that my first girlfriend was an AI chatbot, right? Like,
Oh my goodness.
maybe
This
I'm
is
wrong.
actually horrifying. I'm looking at the startup page for this guy's company, and it says, "The future of sex is now. Discover a more connected, intimate, and interactive way to masturbate." I've never heard a more self-contradicting sentence in my life. There is nothing
part of that-
connected, intimate, or interactive about having sex with oneself.
My favorite part of that is like the many people that helped write that statement and craft that paragraph where like that was written and then it went to a copy editor and then they sent it in for a rewrite and then they whittled it down to a shorter sentence or two before they put it up on the website.
This is just sad. It really is.
And it's not just stuff like this. So
Terrifying.
this is another thing that's going on right now is AI is also causing problems for everyday people. So there
Identity theft.
Yes, there was a woman who was shown how a disturbingly accurate deepfake of her was used to make a basically boner pill advertisements.
That's crazy. So TikToker Michelle Jantz explained to her followers that her likeness and voice had been used by AI to promote an erectile dysfunction pill.
This is not just her. So the Instagram, like the social media personality, the Dadvocate, also had this happen to her recently and made a post on her Instagram story talking about how upset she was about this and having to start filing legal claims because her face and likeness is being used to sell a product that she had no part in actually advertising.
I mean, that's gotta already be illegal, right?
But so what she says in this video is that the voice doesn't sound like her. So can they
Okay,
just
but
be like,
the face does.
yeah, they're just like, oh, coincidence. Sorry, we'll take it down.
They can always just claim it was a coincidence and
Yeah.
that was a totally randomly generated image.
I'm sure it happens all the time. It's just a matter of if the actual person sees it or not,
But
or one of their fans.
In a way,
This is what she looks like,
If
by the
your
way.
face is on the internet, in a way, your face is still being used as input for AI generated faces. All of our identities are getting stolen at this point. Like we're all getting our likenesses stolen because if your face has been posted online, it's part of the input for these technologies.
I mean, the face recognition on iPhones has been around for like a decade. I remember like a long time ago, my phone sorting people in my photos by their face and recognizing them,
And my
like no matter
pets.
what age, yes, including animals.
Yeah, it's been going on, but it's just like kind of reaching a point where everyone is getting uncomfortable. And not just famous people. It's not just Taylor Swift. Like this is a normal person.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.